Mitch, Planet 5D. Good to see you here at NAB. Brian Valente from Redrock Micro. We're going to talk a little about the microRemote system and actually walk you through it. I know last year we previewed this, and now we're actually showing you the working version that's going into production. We're going to talk a little bit about pricing and timing as well. So as you can see, number one, this is a performance-oriented system. It's a wireless system. Wireless is here, wireless is here, and as I'm moving it, absolutely responsive, fast, really nice working remote system. So any discussion about a focus control system, you have to be talking about performance, you have to be talking about responsiveness. We think this really does this in spades. One of the features that we have, which is really nice and makes it easy to set up, is an auto-calibrate function. So I'll go ahead and press this button. You can see that it will find the endpoints of the lenses automatically. In the case of lenses like Canon lenses that don't have a hard stop on the ends, you can manually calibrate them, and you can actually set the endpoints without going past infinity or the short focus. So, really wonderful system here. What I want to show you is the pieces. This is the remote itself. We'll talk about some of the features in a moment. This base station is kind of the pairing counterpart. It takes in all of the information, controls it, and then actually passes that information on to the motor. Now, the second thing that we've done with our microRemote is a bit of a teaching system that actually explains about how focus works and gets us a little bit more comfortable with it. A lot of professional ACs, all they need is a good high-def monitor, and they need just a wheel, and they're good to go. But for a lot of us people, we may not understand too well about how focus works and how best to actually go about it. So this is where the iPhone or iPod Touch interface comes in. As you can see in this interface, it's actually responding to the movement of the wheel. What I have in this interface, a couple of things that we saw from last year. This is where I'm focused, and so as I move around the wheel, you can see that it's actually moving the wheel of the lens itself, and it's giving me the readout in feet and inches, which can be set to meters as well, in terms of where I'm focused. This little blue area gives me the ability to actually see depth of field, so not only is it sort of where I'm focused, but what's in the range of acceptable field. Now this little orange thing is jumping around. This is our micro tape. It's a sonar rangefinder. It's a real-time rangefinder, so you can see as I actually move the distance or the subject in front of this, it actually gives me the readout of the distance. Right. So this actually also shows up on the interface. Down here in the lower right-hand side, you can see that I have this set up. There's nothing actually moving in there, but you can see if I was actually put something in there. Thank you, Mitch. It will tell you the distance. And now what I want to do is, this red dot actually shows you the distance to the subject. So in a visual way, I can, someone just walked by there, I can line up these two items, and as long as I'm in the blue area, it gives me the ability to make sure that where I'm focused and where the rangefinder is focused, the sonar tape, is going to actually be in focus within the acceptable range of the depth of field for what we consider to be in focus. That is a really, really big deal and incredibly helpful for folks who are not necessarily professional ACs, but really need to pull focus, kind of understand the basics of it, but really want to see how the choice of lens and the focal length, the distance, and also the aperture settings really change these pieces. Now, we're showing mostly, and what people mostly want to see is the wireless system itself. We also have the same system in a finger wheel approach. Lauren's going to come over here and demonstrate. You'll see the same components here, the base station, the motor, but now we have a finger wheel. And again, what we see is an incredibly responsive system. So as he is moving it with his fingers, even with precision elements, it's actually precisely controlling focus. Now this is not a separate system. This is an additional controller that allows us to use either the wired option or a finger controller. So let's talk about pricing and availability. This is all shipping June 15th. The Redrock torque motors that we're not demonstrating here today will ship shortly after that. We have compatibility with the Hayden motors. These are really nice and high-end motors. These motors run about $2,400 each, so you will pay a premium, but you have a choice between those or the Redrock motors. Pricing for a basic system with the remote, a base station right here, and one of the Redrock torque motors is about $2,200, $2,300. Pricing for a system that's just the finger wheel, the base station, and a Redrock motor is about $1,600. If you want both the microRemote and the finger wheel, it's about $2,400. So very affordable, very flexible. The third way you can operate this is actually you can plug this directly into the base station and operate it as a tethered operation. So wireless up to 300 feet, tethered operation with the handheld unit, or finger style, the finger wheel, controlling all these systems. We didn't talk about the software. When this ships, the microRemote comes with a plate, and it's completely functional, but it comes without the iPhone or the software. If you want to upgrade your microRemote to include the iPhone or the iPod Touch, you can use any version of iPhone, really above 3GS, iPhone 4, or the iPod Touch. The faster the processor, the faster it's going to refresh and do these things, but really any of those will work. The system to use that, you just provide the iPhone or the iPod Touch. The software is $49, downloadable from iTunes, and we also push out updates and upgrades through the iTunes as well. Right. So it's a really inexpensive way to get some of these more advanced functionality. We're very, very pleased at the price point we've been able to bring this in.